Art Camp, we're gonna draw some comics on Kevin Sherry's Art Camp. Hello, people. How are we today? We are here on a new week of Kevin Sherry's Art Camp, and I'm so glad you're here drawing with me, filling up our sketchbooks. And now one of my favorite things to draw is comics. Squidding Around, of course, is a full-on graphic novel. My other books, the Yeti Files, Remy Sneakers books, they have a lot of comic elements. I grew up reading so many comics. And we're going to talk about that this week. All the comics that I like. May it be Charlie Brown and Snoopy, the Peanuts, or Garfield, or Calvin and Hobbes, or any other ones. But we're going to talk about a bunch this week. But before we do that, it's Monday, and we got everybody here, and I love visualizations. Now, I have a really hard time meditating because I'm a very busy person, and I'm very excitable, and I have a hard time concentrating if I'm thinking about nothing. But I found myself able to meditate if I think about a certain thing in particular, and this is okay. This is called a visualization. And now last week we talked about my drinking water and cellular hydration visualization. And now this week we're going to talk about a visualization that I actually use. It's from one of the best comic books of all time, The Watchmen. Watchmen. It's one of the best comics of all time, and the visualization that I do is actually from this comic book. Now, when you meditate, it's very important to breathe. In fact, you should concentrate on your breath. But I add something to that with my visualization. Okay, now, on my in-breath, I am a blue, godlike superhero on the surface of Mars. This is what I'm imagining. On my in-breath, I create a giant castle made of crystal and glass. It spans high up into the air. This is as I'm taking my breath in. And then, on my out-breath, I shatter, just as effortlessly, I shatter that giant crystal castle, and it comes crashing down. So on the in-breath, build the castle. On my out-breath, crush the castle. On my in-breath, effortlessly make the castle. On my out-breath, crush the castle. Make the castle, crush the castle. And then, in the morning, I do that for 10 minutes. And then also, if I get worked up or agitated during the day, I'm able to do that visualization, and it really helps me. Okay, now, there are a lot of different kinds of comics. And I was thinking this morning that the main three things that I think comics do are tell a story, tell a joke, or somewhere in between, which is tell an autobiographical, real-life story of the author. Autobiographical comics have become a really popular form of comics. Now, I started very young reading comics in Mad Magazine, and of course I read Peanuts comics, Snoopy, Charlie Brown. We'll talk about them tomorrow. I read so many Garfield comics. I loved Garfield comics when I was a kid. I read Far Side comics. Far Side was by Gary Larson, and they were just one panel. They weren't a comic strip. They were just one panel, and I really was obsessed with Far Side when I was a kid. And another book, now this might be a little controversial, but parents, please withhold your disbelief. My mom was a teacher for 36 years, and she let me read these books. She previewed them, let me read them, and this is a true story. I also gave this very book to my third grade teacher, Mr. Breen, and he actually really enjoyed it because the humor is actually very, very safe. But it does have a shocking title, which is School is Hell, and Childhood is Hell. Now, these two cartoon books I think I read the most when I was a kid, and they're written by Matt Groening. That's how you say that name. Matt Groening. He is the person who created The Simpsons. But this is the work he did before he created The Simpsons. So, the story is, my mom, whenever she would go to the mall in the 90s, she would set me free, and I would go to the bookstore. I would go to Walden Books. And I would sit in the humor aisle and I would read these Matt Groening books. And now, instead of doing a sketchbook thing, I have plenty of sketchbooks, we're going to look through these two books, Childhood is Hell and School is Hell, which were some of my favorite books when I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. It kind of was my basis of a lot of my humor, so let's check it out. Okay, hi. So this is the book, yes, that I gave Mr. Breen on the last day of school in 3rd grade. And I think, I think that back then in the 90s, if you said H-E double hockey sticks, that was kind of like a bad word, much worse than it is these days. But I was a very good student. I've always been a good student. So kids, when you're a really good student, you can get away with a lot of stuff. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Be a good student. Okay, now, you can see this is a lot of writing, but it formed the basis of a lot of my humor. Like, I'm gonna put this one on the Patreon, and this is 9 types of grade school teachers. And I think we all know these, but he's just writing them down. It's really great. The good mom. Whoever admits putting the thumbtack on my chair will get a great big hug for being so honest. Okay, and then advantages. Easy to please. Disadvantages. Makes being bad no fun. And then warning. Often bad mom in disguise. And then it has a bunch of different kinds of grade school teachers. But since they mentioned bad mom, let's read that one. It says, she's saying, sit down, be quiet, hurry up, speak up, don't run, do it again, pay attention. And the advantages are predictable. And the drawbacks are repetitious. And warning, has eyes in the back of head. Okay, now that's pretty funny. Now this is done in a comic style, but it's not like it's a comic strip that has the pressure of telling an orchestrated joke. There's little jokes written all throughout this. So I found that this way of making comics very appealing. And in fact, you can it's actually just lists and drawings. 33 types of grade school students. We all know these. Teacher's Pet, the Beauty, Mr. Cool, the Brain, Dunce. And even though these are animals, you still know exactly what he's talking about. And this is one of the reasons I love drawing animals so much. The bully and the bully's little pal. Okay? Now, I would really recommend these books. I don't recommend everything Matt Groening does, but, I did want to show you this. This is Matt Groening. I think this really was, he wrote this in 1985, which predates Diary of a Wimpy Kid by years and years and years, and I think Jeff Kinney was highly influenced by this part of Matt Groening's book, and I will do a TED Talk about that as well. But this is an example of an autobiographical comic. You see that? Now, you're going to have to go get this book to read the whole thing, but it's very fascinating, and I'm sure this cartoonist was so happy that he wrote his 5th grade diary down, all the way back there. Now, I'm going to get to our assignment, and that's from this book, Childhood is Hell. Okay, so there's a lot of comics. 16 Types of Mom. Now, don't let your mom see this one. Although, I'm sure your mom is not on there, unless it's a good one. Do you know what I mean? It's okay. We all try our best, all right? How to be a turbulent 2-year-old. Those people who are listening who have little brothers and sisters could probably draw a funny version of that. This one's good. The 16 types of dad. Okay, fun dad, spoiler dad, wimpy dad, sneaky dad. Okay. And now, 16 types of brother. You see that? The bully, El Disgusto. Hey, look what I got in my mouth. Ugh, I hate that. That is my least favorite thing, is when people surprise me with disgusting chewed up food in their mouth. Ew, I can't even think about it. Okay, so this was the basis of a lot of my cartooning, and this page in particular, I just love this page. How to be a twisted 10-year-old, okay? And there's the 10-year-old saying all kind of stuff. And now today, this is going to be our assignment, okay? We're going to draw ourselves as an animal or as just a human, and we are going to put in little things that we say. We're going to put in little speech. Whoops, little glitch there. So this is what we're going to do today. How to be a twisted 10-year-old. And you can also, what I'm saying about this page is, don't, we can put props. That's what I'm saying. We can put little props, but not bad props. But this is, okay, let's get to drawing. Hey everybody, like I said, you can draw yourself as a 10-year-old, or you can draw yourself as an animal. But what we're doing today is doing a little self-portrait that has a lot of arrows and jokes coming off the self-portrait. And then, so I'm going to just start drawing. I'm going to write my name up here. Kevin Sherry Twist apostrophe D, because that's the twisted way of writing it. Twisted 10-year-old. Okay. Now, I am going to draw myself as a mouse, because this might be funny to people out there, but I was called Fievel in elementary school and middle school and high school, because people thought I looked like Fievel. I don't see it, but you know, as far as nicknames go, it wasn't that bad, so I didn't fight it too much. So this is another funny fact. I had a I used to have a wave that I used to gel up the front of my hair in elementary school, because I thought that was cool. And then the rest was real short. Like the back part was real short, but I kept the front part real long, and I had a wave. It was really dorky, because I had, my hair was full of something they like to call cowlicks, and my hair is pretty wild and unmanageable, so I had to put this wave in my hair. And actually I'm going to write gelled wave. Cool. I'm going to point to that. Cool. Alright, and I'm going to continue to draw myself as a mouse. There I am. I'll make myself cute, though. There we go. I like that. That's a cute mouse. You draw yourself as whatever kind you want, or you could draw yourself as a mouse as well. It's a time-honored tradition of humans thinking mice are cute. I certainly do. Okay. There I am. And now, what did I like to wear? This is a funny thing. My mom always used to make me wear V-neck undershirts under a real shirt, and I hated wearing the V-neck undershirts, but, shoot, my mom was a good mom and very protective. like I said, a teacher for 36 years. I love her so much. Just kidding. But okay, so what am I going to be holding? So I'm going to put some cool stuff in my hands. Okay, first of all, I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, okay? And they kind of look like this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles in a half shell, turtle power. My favorite Ninja Turtle was Leonardo. Okay, so I used to think I was a cool fake spy. So I had these binoculars. Alright, so I'm going to draw these binoculars in here. And I would try to spy on different things, different animals, or people in different cars and stuff. I was a weird kid, okay? And then in this book, in 3rd grade, I started to like reading. So I'm going to put a book in my hand, and I'm going to label it later. Okay, so there I am. And then, let me make sure I'm on point. Okay, the twisted 10-year-old that I was, I used to wear these awful, dirty sweatpants shorts, and I also remember I used to wear Velcro shoes as long as I possibly could. My mom hated it. I love my mom, by the way. I'm just talking about when I was 10, all right? But I wore Velcro shoes as long as I possibly could because I love Velcro. And I actually wear a lot of Velcro right now. So I'm going to label some stuff. This is a Roald Dahl book. Maybe if you put a book in yours, you can label it. Binoculars for spy stuff. Cool. Okay, and then the gelled wave in my hair. Oh yeah, dirty sweatshorts. Yeah, and try to poke some fun at yourself, or not. Or you could just be like, I'm way cool. These are all my cool things. Velcro. And what are some things that I used to like to say? That's a funny thing to. What did I say? What did I used to say in 3rd grade? But some people are in 3rd grade, so it's not too hard to remember what they used to say. I think I did used to say this. Cowabunga. Cowabunga. That's a Ninja Turtle saying. So, in yours, you can add a bunch more sayings, and you can add a bunch more funny items around your character, and you can make your own twisted 10-year-old. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on our first day of Comics Week. Turns out my twisted 10-year-old was actually a very cute 10-year-old, but you can also draw something very cute because I just love cute stuff, okay? So thanks for joining us at our camp. I'll see you again. Bye.